Good night everyone, and tonight my third video is about my radar detector project that I've been working on for a while. This has been a kind of a challenging one. Uh, this motorcycle is my commute, and I can't put on something that will stay there and will not be convenient to take out and put back in again. Because when I go to work, I have to take out the radar detector, and then going back to bike, I have to put it on. So I had to think of a convenient way of doing this. Uh, First of all, I researched the radar detectors a lot, and I decided on a Cobra 9970G. This device is not that, of course, but that's the device that I purchased first. Actually, I purchased a used one, then I realized that the GPS wasn't working on it, so I returned it, and then I decided to go with a simpler device, a smaller and lighter device, because that one was also a little bit heavy on a large device. So I got this 9370, and it seems to work fine. Now the way that I installed this is that actually I started this project before I changed the mirrors. With the original mirrors being wider, I also purchased the Nuvi Garmin bracket mount that mounts to the windshield. And when I did my first test, basically I hooked up the radar detector to that Nuvi suction cup, and then I put it on my mirror, and it was staying in similar position like this. And that's how I did my tests, because I was testing my visual alert and trying to find the right position. Of course, first of all, I was thinking of placing the radar detector somewhere inside the windshield. But when you think about it, I mean, if it's not going to be receiving open and receiving the signals, there is no reason for me to put this on this bike. So I have a gloss windshield, and if I put it behind that, I will be losing the laser. And also, being here, it would definitely not, my body would be blocking it from getting the signals, the laser from my back. So it would definitely not going to work for me. So I decided to place it on the mirror. So after I installed these mirrors, this part is actually the mounting for this mirror, but I installed these mirrors with the original mounting of Kawasaki factory mirrors. So this is an original piece, and I manually had to fit these two parts to each other. It looks pretty good. It doesn't look weird. And it is very sturdy. It looks and works fine. And I use this part to install my radar detector on. So I'm still using the part from the suction cup here, and I don't know if you can see clearly, but the suction cup is actually I glued it to this plastic part with the super glue, and I mounted it over here on this piece. So it can actually move sideways, but not forward and back, which I don't need it. It needs to be staying at this position. And to make it convenient, first of all, let me tell you about this cover on it. This cover is actually the packaging of this radar detector. So I cut this packaging off, and because I'll be using it every day, there are going to be some days that I'll be hitting the rain. So I just wanted to make sure that I don't lose the device in a situation like that. So I cut this off, and this was actually secured on this piece with this aluminum tape. And also there's Velcro under it that's securing the radar detector to the plastic piece. Now how I take it off is the most fun part. I take this off. That's for the visual alert. I take the power off, and then all I have to do is actually pull it out. And that's it. And this piece comes with me to work, and then when I come back to my bike, I just install it back. Now you're going to ask, where is these pieces coming from? Basically, actually, these pieces are coming from that HP printer you see over there. So these are actually the parts that you put the paper in. You know these printers. You just pull it out, you put the paper in, and then you just push it back in. So these are sliding in each other. So what I did is I pulled these parts out, and I made some adjustments on it so that it fits in and comes out. And I put this super strong magnets over here, and the metal part is here, so that when I put it in, it just locks. And it actually is pretty sturdy. There's very minimal vibration from it. It's very convenient, and I put it in, and I put the plugs in, and that's it. I used it for a little bit right now, not a very long time, but I'm extremely happy with it. It's really good to know that if there's a radar or laser gun directed towards you, you have a chance to slow down. And actually, my headlight tints are purposed to give me that extra couple of seconds to slow down if I'm hit with the laser before it locks on me. And those tints were done by me, and they look pretty cool. I mean, they look beautiful, but the main purpose was to make sure that I have a couple of seconds to slow down. And this aluminum part will be actually covered with some kind of paint or tape or something like that to make it black, so that it's not reflective, and it adds up to the stealth mode of the machine. Thank you so much for watching, and I believe I covered it all. Thanks, bye.